When you think of the Roman Empire, you probably picture legions, gladiators, and sprawling maps. But the real genius of Rome was their knack for solving problems. They faced challenges few had ever seen, supplying water to 1 million people, moving armies across continents, keeping citizens warm in cold provinces. Their solutions were so effective, they've lasted for 2,000 years. Much of our daily life, roads, reading, even how we organize cities, rests on Roman innovations. It wasn't just about grand monuments, but clever, practical life hacks that shaped their world and ours. Today, let's uncover 10 Roman life hacks that still shape our lives, from engineering marvels to social innovations. Let's dive in. Let's start with Roman concrete, the secret behind structures like the Pantheon, one of the most iconic and enduring buildings in the world. Its massive dome, still the largest unreinforced concrete dome on Earth, has stood for nearly 2,000 years, defying time and the elements. And it's not just the Pantheon. Ancient Roman harbors, piers, and seawalls have survived for centuries, even as waves and storms battered them relentlessly. These structures remain standing, while many modern equivalents crumble in just a few decades. Unlike modern concrete, which often cracks, erodes, and degrades with exposure to water and weather, Roman concrete actually gets stronger over time, especially when it's exposed to seawater. This remarkable property has puzzled scientists and engineers for years. The secret? A unique blend of volcanic ash, lime, and seawater. The Romans sourced volcanic ash from places like Pozzuoli near Naples, mixing it with lime to create a material unlike anything used today. When water seeps into this ancient concrete, it triggers a special chemical reaction. Minerals in the volcanic ash and lime interact with seawater, forming new crystals that fill in cracks and voids. This process actually makes the concrete self-healing, allowing it to repair itself over centuries. The Romans didn't stumble onto this by accident. They carefully observed natural volcanic rock formations and experimented over generations, refining their techniques to create concrete that could withstand the harshest environments. Today, scientists and engineers are studying Roman concrete in detail, analyzing ancient samples and trying to unlock its secrets. Their goal? To develop new, more durable and sustainable building materials for the future. Imagine a world where modern seawalls, bridges, or even nuclear waste containers could repair themselves automatically, thanks to a 2,000-year-old Roman innovation. This ancient technology could revolutionize how we build and maintain our infrastructure. The Romans weren't just building for their own time, they were building for the future, creating structures meant to last for generations. Their concrete stands as a blueprint for longevity, showing us that sustainable, long-lasting construction is possible. It's a powerful lesson in learning from the past to solve today's challenges, reminding us that sometimes the best solutions are already written in history. Roman ingenuity quite literally still holds up, proving that great ideas can truly stand the test of time. Every time you turn on a tap, you're using a system the Romans would recognize, the aqueduct. Supplying water to a city of 1 million was a massive challenge, solved by gravity-powered aqueducts stretching for miles. Roman engineers calculated precise gradients, built bridges and tunnels, and distributed water through a network of pipes to fountains, baths, and sewers. Their great sewer, the Cloaca Maxima, carried waste out of the city, improving public health. The Romans created a fully integrated urban water cycle, fresh water in, waste out. Our modern plumbing still follows their blueprint. The Roman life hack? Conceiving and executing a complete city-wide water management system. All roads lead to Rome wasn't just a saying, it was reality. The phrase captured the astonishing reach of the Roman Empire, where roads truly radiated out from the capital like spokes on a wheel, connecting distant provinces to the heart of Rome. The Romans engineered over 250,000 miles of roads, an incredible feat for the ancient world. Of these, 50,000 miles were paved highways, meticulously constructed to withstand centuries of use. These roads didn't just connect cities, they linked cultures, economies, and people across 3 continents, from Britain to North Africa and the Middle East. Roman roads were marvels of engineering. Built in layers for strength and durability, they were cambered for drainage and famously straight, surveyed with simple tools, yet cutting through hills, forests, and even bridging rivers with stone arches. Their construction techniques set standards for centuries. This vast network allowed Roman armies to march swiftly, merchants to transport goods efficiently, and ideas to spread rapidly. The roads became the arteries of the empire, uniting its far-flung territories and enabling Rome to project power and culture. Even after the fall of Rome, their roads endured. For centuries they remained the backbone of European travel and commerce, guiding pilgrims, traders, and armies alike. Many of today's modern highways still follow the ancient Roman routes, tracing the same paths that once echoed with the footsteps of legionaries and the wheels of chariots. The real hack? The Romans pioneered the concept of a state-funded, permanent national highway system, an idea that remains at the core of modern infrastructure planning. Their vision laid the foundation for today's transportation and logistics networks, making the movement of people and goods faster and more reliable than ever before. The Romans built roads not just for conquest, but for connection, bringing together people from different backgrounds, fostering trade, and encouraging cultural exchange across the empire. Their network changed the world, and remarkably, it still shapes how we travel, trade, and connect today. Imagine a cold Roman winter, icy winds sweeping across the countryside, frost clinging to the stone walls of your villa, and the world outside shrouded in a chilly silence. Yet, step inside, and you're greeted by a gentle, enveloping warmth rising from beneath your feet. This comfort was made possible by the ingenious Roman invention known as the hypocaust. The hypocaust was an underfloor heating system that used a wood-fired furnace to channel hot air and smoke through a network of empty spaces beneath raised floors, radiating heat evenly throughout the room above. In grand public baths, this hot air didn't just warm the floors, it traveled up hollow flues built into the walls, creating a cocoon of warmth that filled the entire space from floor to ceiling. The result? Consistent smoke-free warmth that felt luxurious and modern, a level of comfort that would disappear from Europe for centuries after Rome's fall. Today, radiant floor heating systems in our homes work on nearly the same principle, circulating warm water or electric heat beneath our floors to create that same gentle, even warmth. The Romans understood that heating people and objects directly, rather than just the air, was far more comfortable and efficient, making their homes cozy sanctuaries against the winter chill. Their hypocaust was a true life hack for comfort and energy efficiency, centuries ahead of its time and a testament to Roman engineering brilliance. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes, the most effective solutions are the ones our ancestors discovered long ago. Ideas so good, we're still using them today. The Romans truly mastered the art of cozy living nearly 2,000 years ago, creating homes that were not just shelters, but havens of warmth and comfort. In many ways, we're only now catching up to their ancient innovations, rediscovering the genius of Roman comfort in our modern lives. Roman public baths were more than places to get clean. They were the social hubs of the empire. Baths offered exercise, relaxation, and a sequence of hot and cold rooms, much like modern spas. But they were also community centers with libraries, gardens, and food stalls. People from all walks of life mingled, networked, and relaxed together. The baths created a third place, not home, not work, where community thrived. Today's spas, gyms, and coffee shops echo this Roman innovation. The real hack? Designing spaces that bring people together. The Romans invented the Acta Diurna, the world's first daily newspaper. Official news, laws, and announcements were carved on tablets and posted in public spaces for all to read. Scribes copied and distributed the news across the empire, creating a shared sense of current events. The Acta Diurna established the principle that citizens should be informed by a regular, reliable source. It's the ancestor of government gazettes and modern newspapers. The Roman hack? Systematic public communication. From stone tablets to smartphones, the idea lives on. Most Romans didn't live in villas, they lived in insulae, the world's first apartment buildings. These multi-story blocks housed shops on the ground floor and cramped apartments above. Conditions varied, but insulae allowed Rome to house hundreds of thousands in limited space. Fire and collapse were constant risks, but the innovation made high-density urban living possible. The insula was a life hack born of necessity, vertical housing for a crowded city. Modern apartment buildings are direct descendants of this Roman solution. The challenge of urban housing hasn't changed. The Romans showed us how to build up, not just out. Before the Romans, reading meant unrolling a scroll, awkward, slow, and one-sided. The Roman Codex changed everything. Stack pages, bind one edge, and you have the first true book. Codices were compact, could be written on both sides, and allowed quick access to any page. Early Christians adopted the format, and by the 4th century, codices replaced scrolls across the empire. This wasn't just a new format, it revolutionized how knowledge was stored and accessed. Every book you own is a descendant of the Roman Codex. The hack, making information portable, accessible, and easy to use. The Romans literally put knowledge at our fingertips. The Roman army's edge wasn't just discipline, it was advanced military medicine. Roman surgeons used scalpels, forceps, and saws nearly identical to modern tools. They cleaned wounds with water or wine, tied off blood vessels, and even performed cataract surgery. Field hospitals, or valetudinaria, were built in forts to care for the wounded. This system preserved manpower and morale, giving Rome a huge advantage. The Roman hack, professional, organized battlefield medicine. Their innovations laid the groundwork for Western surgery and emergency care. The tools and systems they created still save lives today. The calendar you use, months, leap years, even the names July and August, comes straight from Rome. Julius Caesar, with astronomer Sosigenes, reformed the chaotic Roman calendar in 45 BC, aligning it with the solar year. The Julian calendar introduced leap years and set the structure we still follow. Only a tiny tweak in the 16th century created the Gregorian calendar we use today. The Roman hack, bringing order to time itself. Every date you check is a legacy of Caesar's solution. Rome's calendar still structures our lives. From concrete to calendars, Rome's problem-solving spirit is everywhere. Their practical solutions, roads, water systems, books, still shape our world. The Romans were master builders and thinkers, creating a blueprint for civilization that endures. Their life hacks remind us, solve a fundamental problem, and your idea can echo for centuries. Which Roman innovation surprised you most? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey through history's life hacks, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.